Today I'm going to show off two of the hottest GMT releases you can buy right now. But which one would you buy? Let's get into it! Yes, and welcome to the Mad Watch Collector Show. And today I'm going to show off two very hot off the press, newly released GMT watches that I think you would like to look at. Now these two watches are from companies that were founded in different decades. Both offer a wide range of watches these days. I've got a watch that's under £400 and a watch that is around £1,200. Now even though both watches do the same job, one watch has what is called an office GMT and one has what is called a traveler's GMT. It is presumed that a traveler's GMT is more of a true GMT than an office one, and ironically it's the cheaper watch of today that houses the true GMT. Anyway, let's take a look at both watches, tell you which one I prefer at the end, give my wife's opinion at the end, and let's find you a good GMT, shall we? And there will be a smiley face tick for anyone that can count the amount of times I say GMT in this show. Too many! Are you, GMT ready? Let's go! Right, let's talk about Erebus, shall we? A company that has been around for about 2 or 3 years now, fronted by Jody at Just One More Watch and his business partner Stephen, who I know is just as nice as Jody. They have been shooting out watch releases like there is no tomorrow and offering more colour dials than a DIY paint shop. However, the core of their business is offering you, the customer, the best specification at the best price. And there is no denying that this company makes very good watches. And today I give you the Erebus Ascent GMT. Now, yes, look at it, very nice. I was given two to have a look at, an orange dial and this blue one. I think I prefer this blue color. Definitely an unusual blue, but it really makes the dial pop, doesn't it? Now, in the Ascent range, we've had a 34mm, a 36, a 39, a 39 quartz, a 41, and now this 40mm case GMT. That's 6 variations of this one line. But this one is very distinctively different to the other Ascents, and it is most definitely the sportiest Ascent they've done so far, purely because of this brushed stainless steel 24-hour bezel. Now, Erebus actually make 8 different references of this watch. You can get a black dial version and a white dial version if you want that versatility. It probably makes this watch a little bit too bland looking and too much like a Grand Seiko SBGN 003 or an Explorer 2 or even a Christopher Ward Sealander GMT. With these colourful dials from Erebus, you just get a little bit of something different. Anyway, the case does look and feel like the original 39mm I reviewed. Really nice curve to the case, lovely chamfers, nice bit of polishing on the side of the bezel. I definitely think on first impressions this would be the Ascent that I choose from the range of, I can't remember how many I just stated. Looking over the watch, the quality of it, the quality of finishing has not changed since the first one I reviewed. Still very, very good. There's really nothing to moan about when it comes to the quality of a product you get from Erebus. What I would say is the brushing looks a little bit different on the tops of the lugs than they do with this bracelet. It's actually a new bracelet for this 40 GMT, as we have female end links just to help it fit more wrists. And in actual fact, it does look as though the steel of the bracelet is slightly different color to the case, certainly under my lights anyway. A beautiful bit of sapphire glass protecting the dial. We have a screw down crown at 3 o'clock. That is signed and with a screw down case back with a lovely embossing of the logo. This watch is water resistant to 100 meters. Perfect for an everyday do-it-all watch. This O bracelet is very good as well. Brushed all over to give it that real tall aesthetic. And we do have a very refined little clasp, and yet we still have an on-the-fly adjustment, which is phenomenal. Something you do not get with Seikos around this price. Nowhere near this price. It's milled, machined beautifully. You really can't complain. Now going back to the dial, every single dial color is made from enamel. Those almost mirror-like applied indices are pretty incredible. Love the applied logo. Nice little date window at 6 o'clock. Symmetry's there, so I'm all right with it. And what Erebus always do is color match the dial with the date wheel. Thumbs up for that. I'm not a huge fan of the Ascent logo, I've got to be honest. To me, it sort of cheapens the look of the watch, and it's such a stark difference from the lettering of GMT and Erebus, but that's just my opinion. The handset, well, I know they spent a lot of money on these, and they look absolutely phenomenal on this dial. Again, very hard to have a go at. BGW9 on the indices and the handset, and being one of Jodie's watches, we knew it was going to be pretty darn decent. Now, powering this beauty, we have a Miyota 9075, and it is what is known as a true GMT, because you can independently move the hour hand without moving any other hand. That gives you a quick, easy way of changing your local time, which is something great for pilots or people that like to travel a lot. Not many of us really, is it? It hacks, it hand winds, it sweeps away at 28,800 beats per hour. It's a huge leap forward for the NH35 they used in their first watch. It's automatic and it still has a lovely thickness.
Could you just click that like button, please? It really helps the channel. Thank you.
Now I thought I'd show you both of these watches on my wrist at the end, just to give you a little teaser of what it looks like, you know? Now the second watch is from the company Christopher Ward. They have a newly released C63 GMT, but this time it's an extreme one. Yes, the C63 Extreme GMT. The toughest Sealander Christopher Ward has made yet, and arguably the best looking one yet. Now I do love a company that finds ways of innovating their cases and protecting what is essentially quite a fragile movement if you compare it to quartz. Now what Christopher Ward has done with this watch is they've developed an intelligent anti-shock mechanism. Basically a lot of rubber rings. But what that does is help absorb any shock you give to this watch and distribute it all over the case. Now this is their first light catching stainless steel case that is fully brushed. And I've got to say, I do like that a lot. Now, Christopher Ward have made 2 of these watches. The colours are really good and work well with every other colour with this watch. What also stands out is this sand-blasted ceramic bezel, which is fixed. It's a 24-hour. Gives it slight Tag Heuer Formula 1 vibes, I've got to be honest. But I love how the numerals on the bezel match the colour of these globalite blocks that are on the dial. Now, this isn't the first time we've seen lume blocks on a watch. Let's not forget Vertex, people. But Christopher Ward rolled this look out a year or so ago in their Luminaire, and it's pretty much the same looking dial configuration, apart from we have a GMT orange hand. We have a date window at 6 o'clock, keeps the symmetry going, and the date window and the date wheel matches the dial again. These little details us watch enthusiasts do like to see. We have an anti-reflective inner coating on a sapphire glass, screw down crown at 3 o'clock with a very heavy embossed Christopher Ward Extreme logo on a screw in case back. Looks like we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 hex screws keeping this case back in, and it is all to do with this distribution of shock absorption, which I do love. Now onto something I don't love a lot, and that's the strap. Now the guys at Christopher Ward know that I've got a small wrist, or they should do. They've sent me a couple of watches in the past that have been tailored to my sized wrist. Well, they've only gone and sent me the long version, but this is their new V strap, V meaning Velcro, which sounds cool with an all action extreme watch. The only trouble is there's really only one size you can make it. It has this natural hinge like this, Bosch, and if your wrist is too small or too big, then you're going to try and force a hinge where this strap does not want a hinge, you know? Now you'll see when I have this watch on the wrist, it doesn't fit me at all. Plus the overall material is very stiff and I'm not sure it's going to be overly comfortable. Now you can buy this watch on a bracelet, which is something I probably would suggest because Christopher Ward do make amazing bracelets. For any of you looking to buy it on this Velcro strap, be very careful and remember there are 2 sizes, but whether it actually fits your wrist is anyone's game. Now, powering this watch is a Sellita SW330-2. It is what is known as an office GMT. It means we can independently move the GMT hand whilst not moving any other hand. Now, this is quite good for anyone that doesn't travel a lot. You use the GMT hand for the time you've just left, pull out the whole crown, and you can set your local time. Now, the one added bonus with an office GMT, you have a quick set date. You don't have that on a true GMT. So that means with the Ascent, you have to move that hour hand around twice round the dial in order to change the date. Me personally, I do prefer an office GMT. Having so many watches as I do, when it comes to setting the watch, I don't want to be spending ages turning that hour hand, you know? Now, unlike a lot of Christopher Ward's, this watch is not COSC certified and is accurate to within minus 20 to plus 20 seconds a day, but I'm almost positive you're going to get a much better accuracy than what is stated. All in all though, a very well made watch, one that I could see myself wearing and one I can see being very popular with Christopher Ward fans.
Hello.
Right, let's put these watches on the wrist, starting with the Erebus GMT. And I've got to say, this fits like magic. Definitely doesn't feel like a 40, more like a 38 or 39 to be honest. And it's because of that thick 24-hour stainless steel bezel and that slightly slope in the chapter ring. This watch definitely wears smaller than the 40. The proportions are magnificent. The thickness on my wrist is great. Again, I don't know if it's my eyes under this light, but the colour of the stainless steel on the bracelet is slightly different to the watch, and the brushing on the bracelet is a little bit harsher than the brushing on the lugs of the case, but I really do like how the dial pops up at you. It almost looks like the indices are just floating on a very, very still lake. Onto the Christopher Ward Extreme GMT, and yes, Houston, we have a problem. Like I said, because of that natural hinge, there's only one size, and if that size doesn't fit, you're in trouble. They have obviously sent me the bigger version, and I'd love to see whether the smaller version would fit me. Christopher Ward, send me another strap, because before I ship this back to you, I want to wear it. I want to see how it feels. Anyway, when we talk about the watch head, it fits well on my wrist. The proportions are great. This watch makes you want to go out in the field and, I don't know, climb a mountain or two. So there we go, the Erebus Ascent GMT and the Christopher Ward Sealander Extreme GMT. What do you think? Both I know will be very popular and both are completely different to each other, aren't they? Now the Ascent for me in the UK is going to cost me £369. I know there are all sorts of import and export taxes going on these days. I'll leave you to work that out. For what you get with the specifications, it's a damn good deal. With 8 different dial variants, there's bound to be a colour you like. I have said it in the past, I think Erebus make too many watches. Plus, I still feel there's no identity to Erebus. I think the influences of like an Explorer 2 or a Grand Seiko GMT are just very heavily weighted on these watches that it doesn't have much of a personality of its own. But there are hundreds upon hundreds of people out there that really want bang for buck. And there ain't no brand giving more bang for buck than Erebus right now. Now, the Christopher Ward, this is going to come at around £1,200. It's more with the bracelet. I think the intentions of using this extreme Velcro strap is a good one, but where the Velcro layer is stitched onto this strap, it makes it incredibly stiff. For me, it should have been marketed in an FKM rubber strap or a nylon NATO style. Love the loom blocks on the dial, love the brush case. And this is innovative from Christopher Ward, isn't it? They could easily be distracted, you know, making another Loco or a Bel Canto. In all areas of their business, they are innovating and they are not sleeping on any line. And for me, I can see where the money's gone in. Now, with both companies, you're going to get great warranties. Christopher Ward's is exceptional, by the way. 60 days free return if you don't like it, and 60 months warranty on the movement. With Erebus, there is a 2-year warranty on all their watches, and that is safe to know as well, isn't it? But I'd love to know in the comments below, which watch do you prefer and which watch would you buy? So here we are, my wife's opinion on both watches, starting with the Christopher Ward Extreme GMT. I don't mind this one. It's a slight relief from all the black boring watches you give me. I like the green colour on the face, and the orange goes well with the pop on the dial. This is all right. And now the Erebus GMT. Well, even though this is a coloured dial, it's a weird blue. Like a toxic drink blue. I'm getting Umbungo vibes. That colour's nothing like that blue, but yeah. Other than that, it's a nice watch, but a bit boring. Plus we have a cat's bum on the logo again, don't we? So there we go, toxic drink vibes on the Erebus, but unusually she likes a bit of orange on the Christopher Ward. Who knows what the wife's thinking at the time, but she can't take it back now. If you've watched till the end, thank you so much. Come and support the Mad Watch Collector channel a bit more, because we've got a Patreon now. See the shows early, blooper reels, behind the scenes content, private group chat, and get your name credited at the end of every show like this. Wonderful lot, love these guys. But if I've got you for a few more minutes, and I hope I have, why don't you check this one out? This is sensational. You're gonna love it. I'm telling you, you're gonna love this one. You know why? Because I made it. No, but you're gonna love it. Go on, click it. Go on, man. I haven't got much time though. Go on. Running out of time. Running out of time. Click it.